Good morning, investors, and welcome to your Monday edition of Stock Guide News, April 21st, 2025. This is your daily edge on Wall Street, where clarity, confidence, and value-driven insight guide everything we do. Whether you're trading from New York or watching from overseas, we're here to help you start the week with the most relevant updates for long-term, buy and hold investors. Markets opened cautiously this morning. After last week's rebound led by tech and consumer confidence, the Dow Jones, S, and AMP Wink with tongue sticking out 500, and NASDAQ are showing slight pullbacks as investors brace for a flood of new earnings reports. Treasury yields remain stable, with the 10-year note hovering around 4.3%, giving strength to dividend-focused strategies. Meanwhile, gold continues to hover near all-time highs, driven by global uncertainty and central bank demand, reinforcing its role as a safe haven asset. In economic news, all eyes are on corporate earnings and the real estate sector. This week, the Federal Reserve begins its blackout period ahead of next week's interest rate decision, and recent inflation data has sparked hope that rate hikes may be done for now. The latest housing numbers are expected today, with mortgage rates finally stabilizing after weeks of volatility. Rates and housing-linked stocks are responding positively. The labor market remains strong, with unemployment claims last week coming in lower than expected, supporting the idea that the economy is cooling without collapsing. Globally, European markets opened with optimism after ECB officials hinted at potential rate cuts in the months ahead, boosting bank stocks and exporters. In Asia, investor sentiment is improving following fresh liquidity injections by China's central bank, with infrastructure and tech shares in Shanghai showing signs of life. At the same time, rising tensions in the Middle East over the weekend have driven oil prices higher. WTI is up nearly 2%, trading around $88 per barrel, while Brent crude crossed 92. This renewed energy price spike is expected to inject volatility into oil-related stocks and ETFs throughout the week. Turning now to public stock recommendations gathered from Bloomberg, Reuters, Morningstar, Barron's, and Investing.com, analysts continue to favor dependable, long-term plays. Johnson & AMP, Johnson and PepsiCo remain at the top of the list for dividend investors due to their predictable earnings, global reach, and strong cash flow. Morningstar points to Adobe and Alphabet as undervalued growth stocks with significant long-term potential and wide competitive moats. For those seeking diversified exposure with low costs, ETFs like Vanguard's VTI and Schwab's SCHD continue to attract strong inflows. In the energy sector, Barron's remains bullish on ExxonMobil and Chevron, citing higher profit margins and aggressive stock buybacks. And in the financial space, Bank of America and JP Morgan Chase are gaining renewed interest thanks to improving earnings outlooks and rising net interest income. As you begin your investment week, remember to stay alert to today's key indicators. Watch the economic calendar for existing home sales data and PMI updates midweek. Pay attention to earnings surprises from major players like Tesla, Coca-Cola, and Procter & AMP. Gamble. Monitor dividend declarations and ex-dates. Check which stocks are setting new 52-week highs or lows. Follow ETF flow trends. And keep an eye on crypto. With Bitcoin back above 66,000, momentum is building again in the digital space. Also, stay aware of the yield curve and US dollar index, as shifts here could signal where international capital will flow next. The stock market remains the only place where ordinary people can build extraordinary wealth through discipline, patience, and knowledge. Value investing and long-term holding are not just strategies. They are the well-trodden paths of those who turned modest beginnings into generational success. Stock Guide News is an independent news agency. We do not offer personal financial advice or specific investment recommendations. Our reports are based on public analysis from trusted financial platforms and are designed to inform and support investors. Always do your own due diligence or speak with a licensed advisor before making investment decisions. Thanks for starting your week with Stock Guide News. Keep your eyes on value, your hands steady, and your dreams invested in the future. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same market. And remember, fortunes favor the informed.